Hey y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm eating while I'm on my quick break for work. So I hope I'm not blocking her from being able to get out. Hold on. Will you be able to get out with me here, or do I need to move? Huh? Will you be able to back out with me here, or you want me to move?
No, I'm just gonna be in the car.
Oh, okay. So, just kind of coming off of the situation. As a lot of you know already, with my family, and I'm sorry y'all, I'm like so distracted right now. So you guys already know that I'm like cool with two of my aunties, and they, went away for like this whole family retreat thing. A bunch of the family left to go, meet up together. Y'all gotta forgive me, I have to eat while I'm talking because I'm on a break and I only have a half hour. But my aunt Vicky was recording for me because she said that she was going to send some footage of everybody, and she was recording, and she's like, hey, say hi to, and she says the name that I don't go by anymore, and her twin looked, and she's like, hi. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Ivy. Say hey to Ivy. And my auntie does this and calls me something else. When I tell you, I don't understand why it is so hard for this family to acknowledge different things just to accommodate you. And it really felt like I was a bit slighted, simply because she was being very dismissive of the fact that I no longer go by that name. I no longer wish to be called that. And she said, the name that I like to go by after the first name, because she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I mean Ivy. And for her to still, not even, the other auntie, for her to still not even acknowledge that, it just made me feel like that's the reason why I'm not fucking with you. That's the reason why you don't really have the balls to talk to me. Because there's going to be a conversation that may end up being very uncomfortable for you to bear. And I love my family, but I tell you what, I don't have to deal with them. And I'm learning to live through the hurt and to adjust and to really start to see people for who they are, and take them for what they show themselves to be, especially when it comes to honoring my own self-worth. And this is something that I know that a lot of people may deal with, because people want to put you in a box. They want to project onto you how they envision you, how they see you. And will do things where they feel like because you have to fit a certain mold that they have developed for you, they believe that that's the only place that you're allowed to maneuver in. No. I'm stepping beyond the little box that you have set for me. And if you don't like it, then really you don't have to deal with me. And when I was talking to my brother about the whole thing, because I said it'd be nice if I could at least get that acknowledgement, and right now I feel like they, ask about me, wondering how I'm doing. But what's the point in asking about me if you're not going to show any action afterwards in regards to how I am, to like reach out and really, talk? And he's like, well, how are you going to be if you never get that, because forgiveness. And I was like, hold up. This doesn't have anything to do with forgiveness. This is all about me honoring myself and putting a value on myself and not allowing anybody to devalue me and setting certain boundaries for myself. Like, I'm not, because this was the thing. When my auntie went away, she let everybody see and smell and try my body butter that I gave her. And I'm like, see, it's cool for y'all, to do all that and then ask for some, because she's like, oh, the aunties are all like, when are we going to get ours? Like, they all wanted some. And my thing is, if you can't even acknowledge me and talk to me in regards to the whole 3-year hiatus that you took to not involve yourself in my life or even see what was going on with me, to talk to me directly, what right do you have to ask for anything from me? You're not getting anything, because we haven't had that reestablishment of a relationship. We haven't put those things in place, and you haven't implemented that towards me. And I've always been open. My number is still the same. And I know that for the most part, this one particular auntie still has my number, because after all these 3 years, when she found out that the other 2 aunties were talking to me, didn't she reach out and she sent me a gift saying, Happy New Year's, love you. I could have dealt with just the Happy New Year's, because as far as that love you part goes, that was some bullshit, because you don't really love me. You haven't reached out to me to see how I'm doing or checked on my well-being in all these years for whatever reason. And I had noticed that I was always the one reaching out all the time. And I'm like, I'm not going to be doing any more one-way relationships anymore. I'm not doing it. And so I feel like when it comes to how people treat me, how people treat you is based off of how you allow them to treat you. And for a long time, I was a people pleaser, and I just kind of went along with anything. And even if I was upset about something, I wouldn't say anything, and I would just still kind of carry on with whatever without having that person make things right with me inside, even after, I was saying I can forgive them. But the thing about forgiveness that I had to tell my brother is that just because you forgive somebody, that does not mean that you allow them to continue to treat you in the same manner that they treated you before, or do the same things that they have been doing before. The behavior needs to change. And this is an example. If anybody has ever seen this old movie called 16 Candles, the one girl, she went into the driver's ed class in school, and she's sitting there because it was a school dance, and she wandered through the hall. She goes to this class, and she's just sitting there. So the guy comes that likes her, and they're talking and everything, and so he like, tries to climb over and get on top of her, and she's like, hey, stop, like, what are you doing, stop. And he's like, oh, I thought that you were, and she's like, no, like, not at all. And he just sat there and he kind of felt bad, and she's like, it's okay. And so he goes to get back on top of her again. She's like, no, hey, what are you doing? She's like, listen, I meant that it was okay that you did it the first time. I didn't mean for you to do it again. And that's what it is. You can forgive the person for what they've done, whatever act they have committed against you, but for them to continue to do it, that's a no-no. We're not going to allow somebody to continue in that same behavior, in that same manner that they've treated us before. Forgiveness does not mean that I have to still stay in a situation where I continue to be abused, whether it's verbally, emotionally, physically. That's not right. And that's not how you show someone love. There needs to be a change in the actions. And so when my brother made this statement, making it like, oh, you may die without ever getting that acknowledgement, then you know what? I'm fine, because on the other end of it, I've already forgiven them. But when it comes to the behavior and how they deal with me, I'm not going to allow them to just continue on with me like their absence from my life or their quietness during the hardships of my life, when I know that they knew about it, that I'm just going to let that go by and just pick up in a relationship without acknowledging that, like, where were you when I needed you? But now you got your hand out for something from me. I said, that's triggering to me. That's triggering. Because I'm not going to allow my family to continue to be dismissive towards me when it comes to validating my feelings and acknowledging what they did. That's where people got me fucked up. And it's not me being disrespectful towards my elders or anything like that. It's common courtesy and consideration for somebody else's feelings that they just, completely are seemingly negating. And I'm just not there anymore. I'm not. Even explaining this to my auntie, I said, I'm grateful that you have at least allowed me to voice my hurt and are helping me heal through this process, because it has not been easy when you end up being on the outside of a group of individuals that claim to be a family but don't show you genuine love. We're not family. We are just related to each other. We're just relatives, because that's not how I treat family. That's not. And I'm not going to allow myself to be caught up in any kind of behavior that goes against my well-being and my healing. Like, I told my brother, like, I'm really in a place where I'm trying to elevate and be different and learn life lessons. I want to be spiritually different, and that's what I'm trying to do every day. And so, one of the things that I tend to listen to, that actually helped me was You Are Enough by Londrell, and Energy Budget, especially Energy Budget by Tony Jones. And it's Tony, Toni Jones. When I tell you that shit is like so on point, because she talks about how she's no longer people pleasing, and it's not a personal thing, it's a spiritual thing. Don't take it personally because I don't fuck with you when you're not giving me the things that I need. Understand, I'm saving my energy for those who really value me and understand my worthiness. It's spiritual. So hopefully somebody that's going through this same thing can learn from what I'm doing and maybe have this be something that encourages and strengthens you. But as for me, I know that I'm not in that space anymore where I am just pacifying people's behavior and acting like it's okay for you to treat me any kind of way and not voice how I feel. I have an opinion, I have feelings, I'm human. And if they don't want to do that, then my thing is, don't ask about me then. Don't inquire about me. Because at the end of the day, if all of that asking about how I'm doing is just for namesake, and you're not going to have any real action of love behind it, then just consider me as being dead. Don't ask about me at all. Leave me the hell alone. All the way around. Don't ask nobody about me, and especially when you can simply just reach out yourself and talk to me to see how I am. But I guess at the end of the day, it makes people feel better, at least knowing when they hear how I'm doing, if I'm doing well, that gives them a so-called false sense of comfort and ease, because they don't then feel as guilty as they would if they hear that things are going horrible for me. Because I don't know how they sleep at night. Anyway, I'm just grateful that things are moving forward for me, being in a better place. I got this job. I'm about to be getting into my own apartment soon. And by October, I'll have earned one of my degrees, which means that I can increase my income. So many things I'm just feeling so good and so proud of myself about. And I just don't have time to be dealing with negative energy. I don't. And I don't care who they are. I don't have time for it. And I know that my job here, part of my job here is to help heal people, which is why I've gone through so much stuff that I've gone through, because I need to have a certain measure of compassion within me to be able to understand how it feels when people go through certain things, and also know how to build and encourage people, build people up by understanding and knowing how I've had to do that for myself, and helping people find their true value and their self-worth. So hopefully, like I said, this encourages somebody and lets someone know you are not crazy. And as much as somebody may try to put you in your place and say that you are wrong for doing whatever it is that you are doing, for setting boundaries for yourself, for, really saying, I am not trying to deal with you right now because you are putting me in a low vibrational place where you don't see my value and self-worth, and you're projecting your negative image of who you believe I am on me. No, I don't have to tolerate that. So big ups to you, and continue on your journey of self-healing, gaining your self-worth and your self-value, and continue to understand, who you are and how precious you are. So that is it. I'm going to finish my lunch because I only got a little bit of time left. And I hope, again, that this encourages somebody. Until the next time, you guys, be well.